Another play that looked like it was nothing ended the playing days of an Ohio Wesleyan student.
He thought all he had was a bruise until he started feeling much, much worse. Kate Seifert spoke with him. Kate, this was not a hit that he could just walk off.
Yeah, you guys are right. I want to show you the play that landed Jake DelCampo in the hospital. We have it here on loop for you. When you look at it at first, it doesn't really look like anything out of the ordinary, a routine tackle. But Jake says the opponent's cleat went into his stomach. He gets up, you'll see, and walks out the field. But it's what happens in the hours following this play that made that tackle not so routine.
And the guy ran a dig on me over the middle, and I made a diving tackle.
He made a tackle, and he came off the field just kind of complaining that he got the wind knocked out of him.
That's all that it seemed at first. After evaluation, Jake was cleared to go back into the game. But on the bus ride home, he said he couldn't keep food or water down. Something wasn't right, and it raised a red flag to his OhioHealth athletic trainers.
Need to send him to the ER to get further medical attention.
But Jake just wanted to sleep it off.
You got to be kidding me. It was a huge argument, like I'm not going. I just have a bruise, something bruised in here. The last thing you think of is like you have something wrong with your organs.
If he would have went home, who knows what would have happened at that point.
Within hours, doctors determined Jake's pancreas was torn. He had emergency surgery at Grant Medical Center.
And then I woke up 5 hours later and I have an incision this big. They removed my spleen. They stitched up my pancreas. I woke up with a tube down my throat. I just couldn't believe it when I woke up. It didn't even seem real. It felt like a dream.
Reality quickly set in.
He hasn't stepped back on the field since.
Didn't believe it was me. Like, it didn't seem real. I couldn't believe that the football season was taken from me.
The senior now spending his time in the training room instead of on the field.
So keep your knees bent.
Oh, you just push down. And I'm just thankful for like every day, because you take things for granted when you're in that hospital bed, like breathing and sleeping and eating, just the little things.
Even though his football career has come to an end, taking his athletic trainer's advice gives him the opportunity to take the next steps in his life.
It all starts at the beginning. If I never got sent to the hospital, who knows, I'd be sitting here today.
Jake will graduate this spring with a business degree. Playing football won't be in his future, but he says the lessons he learned over the last few months, staying positive and trusting the process, are things he will take into his career. On your side, I'm Kate Seifert.
Thank you, Kate. And we're following some breaking news in northeast Columbus here. A person dead after a shooting at a Shell gas station on Cleveland Avenue. This near the intersection with Morse. Police telling us that officers responded about 6:55 and the victim was pronounced dead just minutes later. Witnesses say the shooter got away in a gold Infiniti with 3 men inside. Last seen headed east on Morse Road.
We're also following developing news tonight near Pittsburgh. 2 officers shot this afternoon when they tried to arrest a wanted man. Tonight we've learned one of them has died from his injuries. Chief Justin McIntyre. The other officer was shot in the leg and will be okay. The suspect, Aaron Swan Jr., initially got away from the scene by carjacking someone. He got into another shootout with police in Pittsburgh and was killed. Swan was wanted for probation violations involving weapons. McIntyre was named chief in 2018. He started his career in Brackenridge as a patrol officer.
Tonight, we are enjoying some very mild temperatures across a lot of central Ohio, but mild air over some cold ground, lots of moisture in the air. That means we have dense fog in some areas. So north of Columbus, a lot of north central Ohio is under a dense fog advisory until 3 o'clock in the morning. That's going to include Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky, Kenton, Ada, Mount Gilead, Mount Vernon. So overnight tonight, some of that may get a little bit thicker. You might see some of that show up in Columbus as well. Windy, warm, and wet for the next couple of days. We're going to start the week with some very soggy conditions. You may find some ponding on the roads in the morning with some downpours overnight tonight. And by the end of the week, it is going to be a little closer to normal. So it's going to feel much, much colder by then. During the night tonight, we have rain off to the southwest. That is going to make its way up into central Ohio during the night tonight. Could have a few downpours, even some thunder with this. So tomorrow morning, make sure that you have rain gear ready to go. It is going to be a very wet start to the new year. So this will be the first big work day of 2023, and your morning commute may be a little slow as you're headed out there because of the wet roads and some of those puddles that may slow things down just a little bit. Interestingly enough, temperatures will rise during the overnight hours tonight. We're actually going to see our low happening right around midnight and then climbing from there as this warm front lifts in. So some scattered rain showers. We'll get to around 62 before the sun comes up in the morning, and then of course it will get even warmer during the day. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll show you how long this rain is likely to last and when those temperatures will get back to feeling more like January.